When people make you a focus, target, or reason for their frustrations, you have to be very careful. Very careful. Life is difficult already. Life is also easy. Life is joyful. Life is sorrowful. We get the things we want, and a lot of times we don't get what we want. We fail a lot. I was listening to someone the other day, and they were talking about how they have failed more times than they have succeeded. And that is a testament to how many times they've gone out there to try something, how many times they've gone out there to give it their all, how many times they've tried new things. I can honestly say to you that I personally have failed a lot of times, possibly more times than I've succeeded, because I'm the kind of person to try new things. I want to try this, I want to try that, I want to know whether it will work. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. But I would not know if I don't try. Now, this is not about being careless and trying everything under the sun. But the more we try stuff, the more we put our hearts into it, the more we put our effort into it, the more we experience things like failure, we experience things like rejection, and the more we increase our chances of success. But when we don't get what we want, when we don't get our way, when we get frustrated, when we hit a roadblock, we can take our frustrations out on the nearest person to us at any point in time. Sometimes you're even at a store and you take out your frustration at the person who is at the till, and they had nothing to do with why you're frustrated. They don't even know you from a bar of soap. But now they are at the receiving end of your frustration. And of course, we also have the one where we take it out on our colleagues, we take it out on our family members. We take our anger out on the people who are closest to us. And sometimes those who are closest to us may not know how to receive that. Now, when you consider yourself to be a leader in any way, shape, or form, you need to be able to know where and when to release those frustrations. You need to be able to pause yourself in the middle of taking your frustrations out on somebody who had nothing to do with that frustration. Now, if you ask somebody to deliver something and they don't deliver it on time, and you are taking out that frustration on the person who was supposed to do the delivery, then sure, it's them. Like they are the right target. They are the target audience for that frustration. But when you finish with the person who did not deliver, and then you go to, let's say, your significant other, and all they did, the significant other, and all they did really is just that they did not get up from the chair quick enough, then that is not right. If we're close to people, if we consider ourselves close to certain people, when they are in a space of frustration, we should be able to recognize it and know how much space they need, whether they need space at that time, whether we can help them without actually telling them, I'm helping you. There are many ways you can help somebody without throwing it in their face. But at the same time, on the other side of it, we have people who are frustrated with life because they have not achieved what they hope to achieve. And there you are achieving what you are going to achieve, what you are trying to achieve. The problem I find a lot of times with this situation is that the person who is not achieving their dreams at this time does not appreciate the work that the other person who is currently achieving their dreams have put into getting that dream going. The years, the nights, the commitment, everything that they have done, all you're seeing is this result, and actually you are envious of it, you're jealous of it, and as a result of that, you are taking your frustrations out on that person. Now, the frustration can come out in so many different ways. The frustration can come as like physically shouting, being rude. It can come out as listen, it can come out as ignoring the person. It can come out physically where there's physical violence. It can come out in people actually abandoning responsibility. I am seeing that a lot more than I'd like to, because one person is doing well, the other person then abandons their responsibility completely for this other person that is doing well. And as a result, that frustration of you not doing well is now, this other person who is doing well is now the target and the focus and the recipient of it. Now, if you are in a situation where you find yourself being the target, the recipient, the focus of this frustration, you have to make a decision. And this is where leadership comes in. You have to make a decision. How much of this am I going to take? First question. Do I want to take it at all? and then decide, do I want to remove myself from this situation temporarily to give that person space to sort out their stuff, or do I want to remove myself from that situation permanently because I see this as a cycle? Don't let yourself be someone else's punching bag for their lives up and downs, right? Because even when some people are successful, they don't necessarily celebrate that success with you or attribute that success to you. But when they are not successful, when they are failing at something, they then make you the focus of their frustration. So you need to be careful, because when you take on someone else's frustration, remember that you have your own life frustration, right? And then here you are taking on somebody else's frustration. That frustration can be your child's frustration, because like my mom always says, you can never finish raising a child. And she says that to me and to everybody else because I'm her child and I'm very grown. But she says that you can never really finish raising a child. And I know that when something is frustrating me, if I pass that frustration on to my mom, she carries it as well. So I have to be careful how much of my frustration goes out there and make sure it is not channeled in the wrong way. It's a very difficult thing to do. I am still working on it, because sometimes it's like boom in the moment and then pew, it's gone. And of course, as a woman, we have, our hormones are like this and like that. And I find myself saying to myself, is this hormonal right now, or is it me just acting crazy? So you have to, you have to have those conversations with yourself. And the more I have those conversations with myself, the more I am able to regulate myself, regulate my emotions, regulate my frustrations, regulate who I am targeting different things at, to ensure that I am not targeting the wrong person. All right. So it has to be measured. So, and all of us, listen, I'm not saying this because I'm saying that I am perfect and I don't pass my frustrations out on other people. I have so many times, too many times to count, and I'm not proud of it. But we are all a work in progress, and we have to ensure that as we are getting better, we have to ensure that we're actually putting in the work to get better. And then as we are getting better with handling our frustrations, we don't excuse other people's frustrations, and we don't allow ourselves to be their punching bag. We don't allow ourselves to take on that frustration. We don't allow it to bug us down. We don't allow somebody blame us for their frustrations, for their failings, for their life not going well. We are not God. I am not God. Okay. So we have to be careful. Sometimes I'm speaking to people, and those who have had to sort out issues for, especially those in my business setting. I've got a lot of salespeople. They would say to me sometimes when they're talking and they start getting elevated, start raising their voice. After a while, I'm like, let's take a moment. Can you take a moment? Because they need that moment. They're not even realizing that they're elevating. They're not even realizing that that frustration is now pushing out. And I always give people space to express. Like, I'm the person that I will give you a bit of space, and then I will box it. I'll bring it in, because I don't like it. I don't like people just going on and on and on and on. It's like it's exhausting. So honestly, it's exhausting to watch somebody go all the time, or just continuously and endlessly. I put a time limit on it, because that is not productive. So, whatever setting it is, even if you are employed and your boss is taking their frustration out on you, you have to be able to, don't take it on if it is not something that you are doing that is causing it. You need to be able to separate where you start and where you end, and where your boss's crap starts and when your boss's crap ends. And I am people's boss. So, yes, I am also saying this. And that's why I'm also careful that if I'm dealing with my staff, that anything I channel towards them is targeted at the person I'm channeling towards, and it's as a result of their performance, not A's performance, and I'm bringing it onto B. No, you have to target it right. And target might not be the right word, but it's the only word I can use in this setting. So on both sides of the coin, if you are the one dishing it out, if you are the one frustrated, don't make people unnecessarily the recipient or focus of that frustration. Life happens. Manage it better. And if you are the one who is on the receiving end of someone else's frustration, call it, draw a line, set boundaries, and say no more. Say no more. And if they cannot understand that you are not their punching bag for their frustration, then you have to create even more boundaries, which might result in you removing yourself from that situation completely and giving them space to like live their best life. Because you can help a person, you can help them to work through their frustration, you can help them create opportunities for them to be better, you can help them see things differently, but they need to be able to accept your help and they need to want your help. You cannot help a person that does not want to be helped, especially by you. Okay, you cannot. If they don't want to be helped, especially by you, you cannot help them. And don't let anybody else come and tell you, oh, but help the person. If the person doesn't want to be helped by you, you cannot help them. And if you cannot help them, don't allow yourself to be a recipient and a focus of that frustration. All right, let's manage our frustrations better. Woosah. Have a good one.